Hey everybody, this is Dan Gandee from Real Broker, and I'm sitting here in my office on a rainy, crappy day, and today I want to talk about the 6 reasons not to move to Oregon. As a relocation expert, somebody who's literally helping 2 to 3 people a month relocate to this area and throughout the state of Oregon, I'm noticing all of the reasons why people think they should move to Oregon, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't pan out. And so today's video is about preventing that and going over some issues and some concerns that I think we should address so that we make your relocation plans as smooth as possible. But before we do that, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow our stuff. We have a video a week. We have over 5,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. And as I always say, it's raw and real here. We're not doing any fancy editing and some crazy music and making you want to feel good. It's all about getting you the information, the content, and the authority that is going to help you make better decisions when it comes to real estate and the state of Oregon. So let's dig into it. The 6 reasons why you should not move to Oregon. Number 1, we are not California. A lot of people move here from California expecting the same diverse landscape, the same type of food choices, the same type of weather. It is not the same, guys. I've lived in both states. If you're looking for golden beaches, if you're looking to be an hour from the beach and the snow, you're not going to get the same types of diverse landscape. You're not going to get the same types of economic conditions that we see in places like San Jose, the Bay Area, Sacramento, on the coast, and LA and San Diego. It's just not the same, guys. The very most similar characteristics is Southern Oregon and Northern California, obviously because by proximity, but you're going to see a lot of similarities. So if you're looking someplace that's kind of like Oregon, but you still want to be in California, look on the North Coast, on Arcata, McKinleyville, Eureka, Shasta, Redding, those types of areas. They're going to be more similar to Southern Oregon, Ashland, Medford, and Brookings. If you're looking for beaches that are going to be similar to California, Brookings is about the only place in the Banana Belt in the Southern Oregon coast that is going to be somewhat like California. But I always try to tell everybody that if you're moving from California to Oregon and expecting very similar conditions in every aspect, it's not the same. Number 2, if you hate rainy weather or cloudy days, Oregon gets a lot of rain. And I say this because a lot of people come here and think it's not that bad. And I try to tell everybody it isn't that bad in comparison to a lot of places, but you have to look at what seasonality this state has. I came here from Ohio, where Ohio is drastically very small corner seasons and very long winters and rainy and snowy, and summers that are hot and humid and gross. So Oregon is amazing in comparison to where I came from and I grew up for 25 years. But when it comes to people moving here expecting this amazing weather, like if you're coming from Arizona and moving here, it's not gonna be the same, guys. We are seeing a lot of different weather changes though with climate, and we're seeing less snow, we're seeing longer summers. So there is a perk to all of this. Since I've moved here 2014, 2015, the snow amount or frequency has drastically decreased, and the summers have got longer, hotter, and drier, which for a lot of people, they do like. But the downside of that is forest fires and smoke. So in Southern Oregon, you're gonna see a lot more saturation of smoke during the summers, and also even in Eugene and Springfield, we've seen a lot more smoke over the years. So weather is number 2 reason. Number 3 reason, the economy. We are slightly in a weird position when it comes to proximity to major markets. We have Seattle all the way to the north in Washington. Then we have Portland, our biggest city. And then all the way to the south, yes, we have Redding as the biggest city in Northern California. But really the biggest metropolitan area is going to be Sacramento and the San Francisco Bay Area. So between San Francisco Bay Area and Sacramento and Seattle and Portland, we are the biggest mid-sized market. So when it comes to jobs, guys, let's be real. We don't have the opportunities that a lot of other cities have just by vast population and also opportunity. Are there a lot of businesses moving here? Yes, we see a lot of growth over the last 3 to 5 years, but it is not going to be the same of moving to a major city and being able to have the job opportunities in multiple industries. Now, there are specific industries within the state of Oregon that are going to be more promising when it comes to job opportunities or career change, but it's not going to be the same. And I try to really prevent people from moving here that they're looking for a very, very specific job, because getting that job first is going to be the key to making that relocation plan as essential or as easy as possible. And it's essential to understand that pay rate is going to be very different than some of these Southern California, Northern California markets, and even on the East Coast. So economically and job-wise, number 3, that is what's different, and that is the reason not to move here if you're thinking about moving here and making just a similar type of pay grade. All right. Number 4 is the politics. And I want to be very clear here that I am not going to sway left or right with any of this. I'm going to completely remain neutral in all of this. But the 4th reason why not to move to Oregon is because you think you're just moving to a blue state or red state. Politically, we are a blue state. Why? Portland has the biggest population and it has the largest formation of Democratic influence. And then in Salem, we have this pretty much the same. But the rest of the state, if you look at it, is pretty much red. So I consider this state a very mixed political climate, meaning most of the state in the rural areas and the smaller towns is going to be completely red, where your Salem, Eugene, and Portland are going to be your population centers that are very blue. And in all of this, you just need to understand that if you move to a very small town and you're looking for a Democratic influence, you're probably not going to get it, guys. And if you're moving here thinking you're going to be living in a red state, but you move to a big city, it's going to be the complete opposite. So you have to be all right with that. And I think a lot of people who are moving here from Texas and Idaho and several of these other big red states are moving here, and within 1 to 2 years are like, I'm out of here. I don't like the politics here. I don't like the way the laws are leaning. Guys, those are all valid concerns. And so number 4 is the political climate. Number 5 reason not to move to Oregon is the housing prices, okay? I want to be very clear here. If you're moving here from the Midwest, Tulsa, Oklahoma, I can go down a list of cities that you can purchase a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home for less than $150,000 to $175,000. It is not going to happen here unless you're in a very rural market or a small town. Our housing costs are in alignment to the entire West Coast. The average 3-bedroom, 1-bath house is going to be $300K plus, right? You're going to have to understand, if you're thinking of downsizing here and selling a $1 million house in California, yes, relatively speaking, you're going to find a great housing value proposition. But if you're moving here from a mid-market or Midwest or someplace where rental prices are pretty standard or average, but housing prices are on the lower end, you're going to feel the housing crunch when you get here. And I'm going to talk about this in 2 different directions. One, rental rates are typically $1,500 plus for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom house. Rents for rooms are typically $550 to $750 a room. And if you're looking to get a 4-bedroom or a bigger house for your family, you're looking $2,000, $2,500, even to $3,000 plus, even in Eugene and Springfield. You go up to Portland, Salem, you're going to see it well into the high 2,000 range for rental. When it comes to purchasing property here, $300,000 to $350,000 is a very competitive price point. I get a lot of calls for relocation, and they think they're moving from a mid-sized market in California or a different city or surrounding state, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to spend more than $350,000. And I said, well, that's awesome. It's doable, but your competition, your offer competition, the amount of buyers searching between $280,000 and $350,000 is your highest circle of buyers that are pre-approved or cash. The reason for that is the downsizing affordability options. We don't have a lot of condos and townhouses unless you're up in Salem and Portland. We don't have a lot of options other than manufactured home parks. So the number 5 reason of why not to move to Oregon is thinking that you're going to find cheap housing. I see it all the time, both with rentals and purchasing real estate. Number 6, and the last reason why you should not move to Oregon is thinking that you're going to find oceanfront real estate easily, okay? The reason there's a lot of different directions I could make number 6, but I want to really cover this. I have a lot of lead generation going on. So we intercept a lot of leads of people who are moving here from all over the country. I'm not just talking about California. I'm not just talking about Washington, who want to live near or on the beach or with an ocean view. Guys, you're looking at $800,000 to $1 million minimum for an ocean view, unless you're in an RV park or some very, very needle in the haystack find. You cannot find oceanfront property in the state of Oregon for less than that amount, but also the inventory is so low and the demand is so high that I get this call all the time. Hey, we're looking to retire. We want a little place in a beach town, preferably with an ocean view, and our budget is $500,000. Guys, condo, townhouse, only option. Manufactured home or an RV park with ocean views, only option. If you're looking for a single family residence with an ocean view anywhere pretty much in Oregon, you're looking $800,000 plus. That goes the same for Northern California. And as you go down the coast in California, as you know, $1 million plus is an ocean view no matter where you are. The reason I tell you this, because a lot of people who are Google searching and looking for places to park money or find a retirement home think Oregon is going to be cheap when it comes to ocean view or ocean property. It is not. Look at Florence, Oregon, look at Coos Bay, look at Bandon, look at Brookings, look at Gold Beach, look at Port Orford, look at all of the seaside, Lincoln City, Newport. Guys, it's not easy to find real estate with ocean view or close proximity to the ocean. And in my own opinion, the last reason why you should not move to Oregon is thinking you're going to get oceanfront property or ocean view property for a competitive price. It's still competitive. You have a lot of Airbnb pressure. You have a lot of people who are traveling on the Highway 1 on the regular throughout the year, even in the winter months. And you're going to see that these opportunities is, I cannot find you oceanfront property for cheap. I can find you ocean proximity property for $350 to $450 new construction, but manufactured homes and RV parks are your only option to find these needle in the haystack parks that have ocean views where you can park an RV or find a manufactured home in that lower price range. So number 6, finding oceanfront, ocean view property is not easy. So that is why I wanted to talk about this, because I get this call all the time. Now, I want to put a little bonus in here, a 6.5 or a 7. Building a home and buying acreage in Oregon. The number 6.5 reason why you should not move to Oregon is thinking that you're going to find 30, 40, 50 acres with water rights and a home that's move-in ready for also under $800,000. Guys have had 3 or 4 buyers have to move to different states or completely redesign their moving relocation plans because they thought Oregon land was cheap. Well, yeah, they were finding some parcels that were cheap with no water rights, with no access or easement, with no utilities. So building new construction is gonna be a hassle. Getting your permitting and done, gonna be a hassle. Dealing with zoning issues, gonna be a hassle. Buying land in Oregon is a process. A lot of people call me, they say, Dan, I'd like to build a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, or I'd like to buy a manufactured home, plop it on some land. And I said, that's awesome. What are you looking for? Oh, I want water rights. I want to be proximity to a river or a creek. I want this, this, and this. And I have $500,000 to spend. Guys, once again, same problem as the ocean. It doesn't exist, or if it does exist, there's going to be a lot of hoops to basically bounce through, or you're going to have to come down the totem list in cities that you're looking in terms of preference. Southern Oregon, Roseburg area, anywhere along the Umpqua, Mackenzie River, anywhere along the Willamette River, anywhere along the Rogue River are going to be higher priced properties, and you're not going to typically see tons of high acreage. You might get a property that has water rights, but only 3 or 4 acres. So it's that hot zone between being able to find a property that's 20, 30 acres plus, have water rights, and be in proximity to water, rivers, or any aspect of what you feel that Oregon experience is going to be is pretty hard. I have a listing right now that is, I believe we have it listed at $450. It's 20 plus acres. We're trying to figure out water rights, but it is just on a creek. It's not on a river. And it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house for $450,000. So there are opportunities here. You should contact me below and get on this list, but I want to help people understand that these are the 6 reasons why you should not move to Oregon, technically 6.5. And if you have any questions, all of my contact information is below. I encourage anybody, please call me, jump on a Calendly. Let's discuss your relocation plans, because right now I'm doing either between $2 and $3 million every other month, helping clients relocate to Oregon and make smart decisions. I've relocated 3 times in 3 different states, and I know the exact process that you should do. And I can also refer you to an agent in your state to sell your house, or work with your agent that you already have selected in order to create a good teamwork and communication so that we know what's going on in the aspect of relocation. Thanks again. My name is Dan Gandee with Real Broker. My team is here to serve you. We are relocation experts, and have a great day.